Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Tewkesbury Borough Council for a client of ours. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a first floor extension to provide 2 additional bedrooms that was refused by the local authority, and in this case that's Tewkesbury Borough Council's planning department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Tewkesbury Borough Council and to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option was best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which in this case took around 15 minutes, found that the case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Tewkesbury Borough Council's planning department. The case was refused by Tewkesbury Borough Council for the following reasons. The proposed development, by reason of its poor and unsympathetic design, including bulk, scale, massing and appearance, represents an unacceptable and incongruous addition to which would not respect and would have an unacceptable adverse impact upon the character and appearances of the host dwelling and the rider area. Whoa, you would think this would be horrendous looking at that, wouldn't you? Not wanting to sound like a scratch record, but this completely subjective refusal was absolutely primed for appeal. Should you have a refusal like this, it's 100% time to appeal. Just make sure you don't run out of that time. As an organisation, we've been finding recently a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do help support the appeal case. We do suspect the increase in these errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increases in workloads that are piled on the reduced numbers of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating that they are little or no correspondence at all from the planning officer during the process. And the first thing that you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council. In some cases, it's even when you get the letter from us. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeals statement that in this specific case covered 27 pages and was just over 4,800 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how, where possible, both local and national policies apply in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of the appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we're able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we are working on. Recently, we had a client state that a competitor had said to them that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that's a compliment to our team, but obviously with that methodology, it does not give them the underlying knowledge of the ability to be able to adapt arguments to specific cases. It is important to know that no 2 cases are actually the same, and the argument needs to be produced and tailored for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client, asking them to check that they're happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point, and the case is then submitted. It's vitally important that all the documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in an appeal not being successful, something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you have a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It is worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you'll find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 15th of July, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and the permission granted on the 5th of August in a 3-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website, www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We have so many and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we can't show you what you're looking for. Ask our planning appeal assessment professional during your free no obligation consultation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to producing another one very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.